Hey guys, Vampex here, and today I want to show you my live twin or my evil twin deck profile after Burst of Destiny. I think this deck has a pretty high potential just because you can play so many blowout cards and hand traps. But the plays of those, this deck, they are kind of linear, so after a while they get pretty boring, but it makes really fun to break boards with this deck. This deck can also go second very good just because of the hand traps. I think this deck is pretty good for like 1.5 tierish, and it's not that expensive, at least here in Europe. I think in America, those live twins are a little bit more expensive, but nevertheless, the new Trouble Sun is pretty cheap right now. I think it's like around 10 bucks, so yeah, this deck isn't really expensive. The whole core in Germany costs around 100 bucks. In America, maybe 150, 160 bucks. So if you compare it to Sword Soul, it's a pretty cheap deck. And this deck can win like you saw in my last video. So let's get started. We play 6 of the starters, of course. So 3 purples, 3 blue ones, so Lila and Kissekill. I saw some people cut like Kissekill to 1, but you really want to see those cards, and it often happens that the opponent can break your board, so you're left with nothing, and top decking this one or drawing into one of those is necessary then. Often they negate like the normal sum of this, and if you already have graveyard set up, you can just take, for example, with triple tactic talents, you can take one of their monsters and link it away for your combo. But I think 6 are definitely necessary. You want to see at least 1, even though Lila is better because you can special summon the Kissekill Frost. But then we play 2 Kissekill Frost and 1 of the treats. The thing is, I saw like people throwing 3 of this. The thing is, yes, you want to see it as kind of an extender, but this is only an extender if you have the Lila, and the cards themselves don't do anything. So it's like kind of, you want to see it, but not as often, and you often resolve both of the graveyards effect of those. So 2 are definitely the correct number for me. You could argue playing 1, it's also okay, just to not brick on them, and you can also argue 3 just because you want the extender, but I think 2 is the correct number, and treats is only because an extender. The effect comes up sometimes, but you often don't use it, and even if I have the the possibility to summon this out of the purple one, I often don't do this because I want to use this more than an extender than the effect in graveyard. So then this is kind of debatable. I play one of the big sisters, so the evil twin Kissekill and Lila. The thing is, in my region there are a lot of Dragoon players, and Dragoon is I hate to play, it's pretty hard to out in this deck. So your only way is basically the link 4, banishing the link 4 and dumping something. But often, if you go first and then they go, they break your board somehow, and you want to bait out the Dragoon with the graveyard effect, or you want to bait it out and then use the graveyard effect to get rid of it, but then you don't have a link monster on field, so you need this card for that reason. If Dragoon isn't played as much, I would cut this because it isn't necessary then. In every other instance it is a brick. I only OTK'd with this once, but it doesn't come up except for the effect for the link 4 monster. This was for our monster count. I put the hand traps at the end, so I just go with the live twins. They are 10 twins in total. So I play 3 Sunny Sitch. It's the best card. The burn effect comes up so often. Often they have to go through 10 monsters. You burn them for 2k, and then you can just OTK in the next turn. It's amazing. Then 3 password just to search this one. I also played 2 of the starting. I don't know how it's called in English. You can debate on this one. You have to play at least 1 because you want, if you resolve this and they stop you somehow, and you have this in hand, you can search this one. But like I like to have 2 just because I like to draw into it. I like to draw it to evil twins when they break my board. So this is why I play 8 in total. So you have a lot of ways to start your combo. You can definitely play 1. It's also fine. 3 is too much, I think. So yeah, I play 2 desires. Like normally the correct way is playing 3, definitely, like but I hate playing 3. I don't know, this is just like my feeling. It's not mathematical logical or something, it's just my feeling. And I like to see this card, but I don't want to break on it, and I at least if I don't want to draw 2 desires, often desires, so that's the only reason I play 2. It's just feelings wise. Yeah. Then I play 1 Called by the Grave and 3 Crossout Designator. I think this is one of the reasons why this deck is also very, very strong, because you have so many crossout targets. Yeah, so you can play so many hand traps. So yeah, Crossout Designator, definitely good card. Going second, you could just side it out. It doesn't matter going second, so then you have 3 free side out slots. I play 2 TTT and 1 Lightning Storm. You could play 3 TTT, it's also fine. It's just the same reason as Desires, even though if they negate it, you can just activate the second one. But I like drawing into Lightning Storm, like when I go first and I draw like 3 cards. I like to draw into it because this is at least some kind of yeah, bait out for a negate. If they break your board, and if not, you're most likely going to win. So yeah, this is why I choose this ratio, but you can definitely play 3, it's also fine. Then I play also 1 Dark Ruler. You can also play a 3rd GTT for this one. Same reason as Lightning Storm, basically. And yeah, like there are also 2 crossout targets. We have 2 or 3 going second players at all locals, and this is why those are also crossout targets for me. 1 Monster Reborn, the best extender in this deck, basically. If you like, yeah, like most of the cards are turn 3, so yeah. And then for the hand traps, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Whalers. Those are the 2 hand traps you want to draw into the most, because you can use them pretty good. And then 3 Impermanents, because we have a lot of Tri-Brigade players also, and those are the best cards against Tri, and most versatile, and 2 Nibiru. Yeah, crossout, and basically you can also draw into this is also fine. But yeah, Impermanence is basically useless after turn 1, like drawing into it is really, really bad. You can debate on different kind of ratios. You can also play 2 Ash. I would definitely play 3 Veiler. You can maybe cut 1 Impermanence, play 3rd Nibiru, and play something like Ghost Ball against Revolt. Maybe Ghost Ogre. We have to see how the format changes, like when Verse of Destiny comes out, because we have so many different decks that will be viable. So also putting out together the side deck is pretty hard. Yeah, it depends on your local area. But yeah, for the extra deck I play 3 Kissikill. I like this one more because this one draws me a card. Drawing cards is already like nice, always nice. And because I play 2 Frost and 1 Treat, I have like 5 ways to go into this one and 4 ways to go into the other one. So I play only 2 of the blue one. Yeah, if you play like the artifact engine, you could maybe play it like the other way around, but even then you can just summon this and summon this back, which is like the thing you want to do then. So I would play 5. Which one you like more, it's up to you. You can also get away with 4. I like use the 5th one maybe 1 out of 20 or 30 duels. It's like pretty, like not often, but it comes up, and you don't really have much extra deck you want to use. So yeah, then I play the 3 Sunny Snitch, not Sunny Snitch, Troublesome. Yes, Troublesome. You have to play 3. You go through all 3 like every game basically. Yeah, you have to play it. Really good card. The card why this deck is viable. Then I play 1 Link Devotee and 1 Link Disciple, also with the IP Masquerina. I borrowed this one to a friend, so that's why I haven't. Yeah, I don't have it here. Yeah, it's like your combo. If you have an extender in hand, they don't have a hand trap. so you can just combo off basically, and then you need those. I think it's better to have this turn 1 than like Zeus going second, but you can also play the Zeus package instead of this. But I like it more because I can play those cards here. Like the Nightmares are really insane in this deck. You can also play the third one, but I don't have a space for it just because I want to play the Underworld Goddess. This really only comes up if you play against like the Ignister deck for the towers or like Dragoon. Otherwise I don't use it. But yeah, you can maybe like play the Cerberus for this one if you don't have this many Dragoons out there. And then I play one Abomination, I think it's called in English. Also kind of necessary. This is like if you go through all of your Trouble Suns, you can make this with the Link 2, and then if you revive one like the blue one, you can just pop another card. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really good in this instance, so yeah, I would play it. And then for side deck, like I said, depends on your local area. I would definitely play the Token Collector. I have it here, but I haven't put it in my sleeves yet. I would definitely play 3 Token Collector, but these are only like options. Lancea for Tri-Brigades, maybe also Phantom Knights, which will be better after like January when the Braves come out. Drolls maybe for the Dryton matchup. Prankatops is always a nice card, like more Lightning Storms. Harpy's Feather Duster. Evenly is also very good against Eldritch decks. I think a lot of people will try to make the Eldritch deck more viable. Dark Rulers, you can break boards with popping cards, with running over them. So Dark Ruler definitely a good card, because Dark Ruler helps you to have a more simplified game state, and this is the thing you want to accomplish, because you can get so many resources every turn with just drawing cards. Then you have to like out-resource your opponent, and this deck can like do a lot of damage in one turn, so you only need 2 turns in a simplified game state to win. Yeah, like it's not as Eldritch like that you only have 1 monster basically and you have to poke so much through it. Yeah, these are only like options. You don't have to play them, it's up to you. If I would have Droplet, like after the reprint, I would definitely play Droplets. It's really good in this deck, because you can, like, for example, normal sum this, activate the effect, then he activates the negation, then you can just Droplet, get rid of this to just special this, and then activate this effect or special it, and you have full combo, and you are not really went minus for Droplets. So yeah, I would play Droplets if I would have any, but I don't, so yeah. Then this was my updated deck profile after Burst of Destiny. Yeah, thanks for watching. Tell me what you think about this deck, and we'll see you next time.